Alright guys, here we go. It's the Red Pill News Dispensary. I'm sorry about yesterday. We're gonna kinda try a redo of yesterday along with some new news and things like that. Um, but just so you guys know, because I didn't want to leave people concerned. I left a comment last night and pinned it just saying Amanda's okay. She did have to go to the hospital, but they released her that night. So, in fact, no, it wasn't even late at night. It was like 8:30, like 9 o'clock, something like that. And then she got home around 10. So it was good. I was actually already in bed, me and the baby. And she didn't even wake us up. And I was like, woke up and I was so surprised. I woke up around 1 in the morning, couldn't sleep the rest of the night. I have like the biggest problem sleeping. Always have. I'm sorry, my Olivia's being funny. She knows when I do this, it means Daddy isn't gonna play. So like she'll do stuff like this. But Olivia, stop, stop, Olivia.
Pretending to scream while she screams. My bad.
No, she knows she's doing it because she hates when.
No, I'm mouthing it. I'm going. And while she screams.
Oh, is that why? Oh, I thought she was doing it live. Cause she always like tries to.
Alright, no screaming.
But yeah, so she's up around. The doctor told her to rest. So I was like, Amanda, let me. Well, all morning I was kind of, I was taking care of Olivia. She was resting. But about an hour ago, she's been up and around. I try to tell her it's late, but that's not her. She's not the type to lay around. She can't. I know what she means. I can't either. Like, my mind races too much to lay there. If I lay there, I'll think myself into like a depression. I can't just not be doing nothing. Unless you've been doing non-stop work and stuff like that, then yeah, it's okay to nice sit back, relax, maybe watch your favorite TV. I don't know. For me, it's sports, which also is, contributes to my work. So it's kind of like a win-win, That's why, like, I got an associate's back in the day in psychology, and I wanted to help work with veterans and all this stuff. And the system was so broken. And unless you're at a doctorate level, you're not gonna fix the system. I found a great program though that I worked with for a while. I worked for them. I did like groups. It was all like at-risk veterans. I was actually a member of the program many years ago, and so once I got my associates, they hired me, and basically they shut it down. They defunded it, and I was like, this program saved my life. You know what I mean? Like this program is when I got sober. Because there was a time when I was not sober, coming up on the 6-year anniversary, and it's like that program saved my life. So, and they defund it. It's all about money, Instead, they'd rather put money into some friggin' liberal BS. I swear, it's like right after Trump was elected, they like on purpose, they know that veterans tend to, not all veterans. I mean, like I always say, nothing's exclusive to everybody when you talk in generalizations, but it's almost like anything, they cut all kinds of veteran programs after Trump. And I don't know if that's because the VA improved, but from what I see, like across the country, it seems like it was more like Massachusetts, California, places like that were cutting these programs that were saving lives. Thank God I, stayed okay and I had a baby, and the rest is history, right? I mean, once you have a baby, it's either get your shit together or nothing. So at that point, I started thinking more about a career. and that's why I went to school for communications. So, anyways, that's a little bit of background. Let me say hello to some people. Oh, why can't I get you guys? Oh, here we go. All right, Serenity. Hi, how you doing? Long time no see. I just winked at you, but oh. I'm wicked high under these glasses. That's why I gotta wear them. You know how I do it. You know, I get high and break stories and break worldwide stories. Captain Nobody. Needed to tell him? Well, I'm right here, brother. What's up? Epstein didn't kill himself. Yes, I agree. In fact, that is something that we will be talking about. That's one of the issues. So, pretty good on you. I'm happy you mentioned that. That's one of the stories that we're going to be going over. Like I said, for today, first of all, let me finish. So, Captain Nobody, that's exactly one of the stories we're talking about today. Let's see. So, Kelly Kibo, how you doing? And thank you for saying that. Yes, please, if you like the videos, if you like the red pill, thumbs up. There's some videos like when I all of a sudden, I understand when I kind of went on a limb and started saying, hey, these girls got kidnapped and they're being raped, some thumbs down on that. But then the next morning, when it was about 12 to 16 hours later, when the MSM finally started reporting it for what it was, they didn't mention the sexual assault, but I guess, that's kind of personal. But they found them bound and gagged in the back of a SUV with a stolen Jeep from Arizona, which is kind of weird because that is where, and also, by the way, that is where Rakita Miller and her family were heading, and that's the family with the twins, and I hate to say it, but the family that, none of them made it from what I understand, unless, yeah, I believe none of them made it, and that's the car that was burned as well, with them all in it. I like to think that they had shot them all already before burning it, and they just burned it as a way of evidence. And then I think they ended up seeing another group of white people, and the thing is, it's not like they're coming across these people as strangers. These communities were having multiple run-ins with the cartel. So, and by the way, these people were very wealthy as well, as we were going over. But speaking of the thumbs down, so then all of a sudden, it's like, wow, like, how could I mean, he must have some legit sources if he predicted after the MSM was talking about these deaths and the survivors. And I'm saying, no, there's still girls out there and they're being raped and they're being held. And then finally the next morning, they just found a guy with two of the girls bound and gagged. And they had this, we had no idea that they were missing. Yeah, right. Well, I don't know. They had to have known, right? I mean, at least at some point. I mean, it took them between 12 and 16 hours, depending on which news. The first one I saw it on was HLN. The last one I saw it on was CNN. The CNN was like 16 hours. HLN, some smaller ones, were like 12 hours. The bigger stations usually take longer to go forward, especially when it's something crazy like that. They find this guy with, like, not just like a assault rifle, but like multiple assault, like a cache of assault rifles, as well as a bunch of spent magazines. So they know he was a shooter. But then again, he could have just, they're always at war. They're always shooting. So, he maybe could have got out of it if it wasn't for, I don't know, the two females in the back of his truck, bound and gagged. And I hate to report this, and I even checked the third time with the source, because I nailed that, and I don't want to push it, but it's all about truth. And I'll go out on a limb if it's what I believe. And I believe in my source, and he told me, no, there is still at least one missing. And I think it maybe is just one. Because last time he emphasized, remember I was saying 3 to 4. And then there ended up being the baby, the 2 that were bound and gagged, and one more. So there's one more missing. Just so you guys know. And I could go on and on about that story. I have it all memorized. You know, it was like 2 days nonstop, day and night, that I was just like researching, looking into their background, looking into all their Facebook, all their friends, who they knew, what their business associations were, all this stuff. And basically to give you like a very short summary of a long, complicated story. It looks like the Millers were the target. They were heading to see the husband. And one thing I found very, very curious was I wasn't able to find out as much about the husband. And by the way, they were flying to Phoenix to an airport. So we're meeting the husband at the airport. Now, mind you, the guy who had the girls ball gagged and bound as well, they found him with the Ahmed Denali. I mean, that's how serious these guys are. And a stolen Jeep from Arizona. And I think it was actually Phoenix, Arizona, exactly. So it's just really odd. So the story that they were going to the airport in Arizona, I think they were going to Arizona. I don't know if they were actually going to the airport. I mean, that's what was reported, though. So let's say they were. So where was he flying from? I couldn't find that information. I think the husband has a lot to do. He might have had some bad business deals. And just so you guys know, as much as California, it seems like the most corrupt state in our, in our nation, it's Arizona. Arizona is the most corrupt state in this country. All of them. All of them. Their past politicians, their current politicians, their mayors, their governors, their everybody. I mean, California is, don't get me wrong, California is right there. Trust me on that. Like, I almost have trouble saying that any country, any state is more corrupt than California. But, yeah, Arizona, it is ridiculous. I have done more research in Arizona. It is unbelievable what you find out of there. I mean, it's just these border states, they're corrupt. Even New Mexico, people don't realize New Mexico is a very rich state, or at least like I mean, up here in Boston, we're so far away from that part of the country. There's a lot of money in Mexico. I mean, in New Mexico. There's a lot of money in Mexico too, but it's all with the cartels. But all the border states, except for Texas. I mean, of every state when it comes to politics, the way our country's set up, the way our constitution's been stomped on, yeah, there's problems with corruption everywhere. There's corruption in Massachusetts. Massachusetts used to be the famous state for corruption. If we're talking 80s, early 90s, Whitey Bulger and all them. And he had all the politicians working with him because his brother was a politician. I mean, I could report on that forever, and that'll be a story for another day. Actually, no, I might talk about him a little bit today, too. Just off the cuff, because he actually relates into one of the stories. Let me see if there's anyone else I need to say hello to. And I'm going to get right into this. How's the name? How you doing? If anyone has a question before I start, just ask now. I'm going to get to Paradise. That should be the first thing I'm doing. But because I'm already talking about this story in Mexico, I just want to bring one little story to your attention, okay? I already reported what I had to. That, from what I'm hearing, There's one more missing. I'm not getting the, the he didn't go out of his way to talk about sexual assault and being sexually assaulted. Maybe he just assumes that I know that that's what's going on because he made it clear that that's what was going on with those other girls that they found. And the whole thing was, and so I put out that video, and it just shows you, like, some people, they don't appreciate truth. They just or going on a limb and really putting out some solid intel that is so far-fetched and then becomes true. When I broke the al-Baghdadi story, I had a bunch of thumbs down. When I broke that Q was back, I had a bunch of thumbs down. And it's okay, because guess what? It's hard, because sometimes you want to be like, especially when there's other channels and people are talking bad about you, you almost kind of like want to have like that pride and be like, well, I did. But really, that is the devil lies in those little spots. And we all have that in us. It's natural to feel that. But you gotta fight that. And it's not about me. It's about this channel. It's about the community. It's about the sources. It's about the research. It's about all of the emails I get from you guys. All of that stuff. And I look at it all. And just because I don't use it doesn't mean it's not worthy of being used. It's just I only have so many hours in the day. What I try to do, I always have big plans, but what ends up happening is I go with what's most time sensitive. So there might be a way more interesting story, like the 5G video I've been dying to do. It's information on 5G that nobody knows. And you know what? That is time sensitive. I'm going to get that done. So that's going to be done in the next couple days. All right? So it got to be done. But there's so many things you guys send me, and don't feel bad if I don't use it. It just means that let's say it was really good intel, it just means that I have stuff that's time sensitive, and I will go with that first every time. Otherwise, that's gone. It's not worth nothing. I don't get it to my viewers. Whereas some of the intel that's not time sensitive, which is kind of like general, you know what I mean? That I'm not saying it can wait, but it comes after. So that's why, like right now, I'm just doing like a soup salad. But there's a reason I pick certain stories, because they tie into certain things that I can elaborate because of the intel I was given. And for those of you, there's like about 4 of you, your emails, the intel that was given, you're gonna hear it, and you know who you are. Anyways, any questions before I start on anything? Let's get this out of the way on anything. So I'll give a minute for you guys to type if you do have a question. Although for some reason chat's not popping up. Why isn't chat popping up? Alright. Oh, here we go. Alright. I don't know, it like froze or something. Let's see. So I'm going back. I want to make sure I got them all. And I'll say my hellos as well. Okay, so I ended at Kelly Kibo. Oh yeah, she got me running on the thumbs up, thumbs down thing. And the reason I care about that is that feeds the algorithm. If it's a bunch of thumbs up and, very low, if none, thumbs down, that's good. And if you think a video was a bad video, do a thumbs down. That's fine. That's okay. But I can think of maybe a couple, but I don't think I've put out too many bad videos. And like I said, I'm trying really hard, like, not to be prideful and vanity, and I'm trying to really practice what I preach. Okay, so here we go. He's a coming. I don't know what that's referring to, but yeah. Oh, probably 1 year. Yeah, 1 year ago today. Yes. Tell Amanda hello. Thank you so much. That is very nice. Amanda, everyone says hello. She's in the bathroom. I think. She didn't hear me. I know that. Come on, get out of here. See, sometimes with this program, the problem with it is if something pops up like this, I don't know what to do. No, that's the wrong one. How do I? It keeps doing this. Why does it keep doing this? Oh, I think I got it. All right. Perfect time for her to do research. Hello from AZ. Hello, negotiator. How you doing? The negotiator had some good intel that night too. I said hello to you guys. York Vango. I'm pretty sure I said hello. But if not, what's up? Long time no see. Long time no see. Yeah, getting high and looking back at the past. Yeah, Paradise was crazy. Mark not. No notification? Oh, man. Damn, so people aren't getting notified? I was wondering why the number was a little low. It seems like notifications just didn't go out to everyone or something like that. I'm not sure what happened. Let me see. Alright. Man, I am really having trouble with this. Okay. Truth Warrior, how you doing? There's a video out there where two guys walk on Epstein Island to film until guys in golf carts chase them off. Yeah. And on another old video, I recommended you've probably seen that. If you've seen that, you've probably seen the guy with the drone he sat in a boat.
Look at his dog.
Well, what's wrong with her? She's shaking. Is she cold? I think she's cold. It's cold. Here, look, Philly, here. Huh? You want to turn on the heat? I just didn't want the noise of the heat. Yeah, let's cover her with the blanket. Okay? You okay? She got a tail light. She's okay. I think she's just cold. It's cold here up there. I don't know about you. Oh, and that's, by the way, how cold it is another thing I'll be talking about. That's why I said it's a soup salad, and of news. Mark not notification. That sucks. I don't know why. Face it fearless. Yeah, because you know what? It seems like everyone here. Oh, Dory. Hello. Good to see you again. It seems like everyone here is basically like a mod. It's like the mods. Well, actually, Mark Not's a mod. She didn't get a notification. Can people let me know just yes or no if they got a notification? Also, I'm still looking for questions. If you guys don't have any questions, we'll just move right forward. Red Pill. Snafu was saying you weren't a crypto, and he had proof. I know there's a couple people laughing right now because they already seen my credentials, including his dear leader, or as someone else calls him, the chosen one, Neo, Adam. They call him Neo now, like from the Matrix. Yeah, well, he's said a lot of things. He also implied Amanda was like a meth head or something like that. We don't even have meth out here, and she's like a good girl from the suburbs. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. But don't worry. When people lie, it's easy to prove them wrong. And he said he had proof. Well, then why didn't he show the proof? Because I know I showed my proof to Adam. I showed my proof to a few people in this room. I'm not gonna post my D214 everywhere, but I mean, what else you gotta say here? I don't know what kind of comment this is, Mac, but I know all this. Like, trust me, I know everything. If someone's talking about me, I know it. There's ways you can set things up where you find out when you're brought up, especially if you can kind of predict who would bring you up. You can do that without having to watch their videos if you know how to do certain things. All right, he had proof. He had proof, or he said he had proof, because he didn't have proof. Because I 100% cryptologist technician in collection in the Navy. Period. Not only that, I was actually on a graduate in my A school and my C school. You know, I'm not saying that in a prideful way, because I'm trying to, guys, if we're not putting like Jesus first, God first, if we're not doing that, then you know, if you don't have faith, you know, then that's your own personal decision. I mean, I would just say keep an open mind, you know, maybe try looking into some things. There's some great channels that, but then again, faith isn't something that's supposed to be proven to you. You know, you just have to pray, and God will show you. He'll fill you with a certain type of spirit. You can feel it. He'll make things happen in your life that make no sense. There'll be certain signs, and even if that stuff doesn't happen, you still gotta have faith. I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna tell anyone what to do, because I learned that you can't convince anyone of anything. But let's get to what you're saying. So let me read your whole comment. So Mac Duffin. Okay, I like that name. It's like wasn't that like The Office? Alright, so the red pill snafu was saying, in quotes, you weren't a crypto, and he had proof and was thinking of showing it. Please, please, please show your credentials to prove this. Sorry. To prove stupid thing. To prove this poor soul wrong, just as RFB confirmed your credentials. Well, RFB, he didn't, yeah, RFB, he knows I'm legit because of what I was talking about. Adam has seen my credentials. People in this room have seen my credentials. I haven't scrolled down, but I bet you I just actually showed my credentials because of what he said. I was talking to one person, and I said, you know, I want to be nice. I'm not going to make any bad videos. I'm just going to keep with truth. I'm on a roll lately. I said, but, you know, there's no one else on YouTube I know of that had a top secret, sensitive, compartmentalized information clearance with a polygraph. Or even without the polygraph. They just the TSCI clearance. I haven't heard of one. Phil McConnell, maybe, but not the TSSC. Might have had a secret, just because of certain missions he might have had to fly. There might be like a nuke tech, or like a oh, and by the way, the other day when I was talking about the suicides of the cryptos, and I said the one that didn't fit was the machinist mate. I totally mixed up the I apologize to my shipmates that were machinist mates. I totally mixed up the machinist mate with a different rate. Machinist mates, actually, they have stuff to do with nuclear, and sometimes they require a secret clearance, or all the time maybe. You guys can look all this stuff up. There's certain rates like nuclear, anything to do with nuclear. You need a secret clearance, and then there's top secret, and there's only one rate that requires that clearance, and that's cryptologists. And of all the cryptologists, there's only one that requires like a certain type of background check and a polygraph, and that's collection, and that's exactly what I did. And the rate is CTR. And if it gets to the point that, how about this? How will he show proof that I'm not a crypto? I'd love to see it. I would love to see it. Please, Snaps, if you're watching, I didn't want this video to be anything like this. In fact, I was just talking to somebody who I was saying, I'm not going to do these types of videos. I'm on a roll. I want to keep it going. But I also it doesn't bother me that he said that, because I know what I am and I know what I'm not. And what I am is somebody who was a cryptologist and had that clearance. Yes, 100%. If it comes to it, I just showed the proof to one person that I know that I know well. I showed it right to them. In fact, I don't give a shit. I showed it to Kelly Kibo. And Kelly, if you want, say whatever you want. I showed her more than proof. Let's see. So that's what I gotta say to that. So you want me to show my credentials? So what do you want? My whole DD214 and dox myself and all that? But I don't. If it really came to it, I would show it. But first, I'm curious. See, this is what is a pattern with? I didn't even want to talk about this stuff. But you know what? Since you guys want to this is what you guys want to talk about. I said whatever the audience wants to talk about. So sometimes when you ask a question like that, you have to follow up if they start wanting to know stuff like this. What is going on with this? All right. So, what have you noticed from them, over and over and over? Lies, right? Lies. Absolute. Well, I know that it's lies. I don't know. Maybe you guys question some of it, but just the craziest stuff. A lot of it was proven to be lies right away. You can just tell it's a lie. They said I doctored audio. I didn't. I mean, on my video, I said I wish they had. I wish he had, because I knew he was recording. That's why I recorded. I said I wish he would release his recording. That way people can see both sides, because I want transparency. Sure enough, they release it, but instead of just releasing the audio, they have to dance around with tinfoil, which is a way of mocking Amanda. And that is something I might show, because I don't like that out there. I might just show how much of a phony he is, because she didn't know she was for those of you who saw, so a lot of you were there. She didn't know she was live in the middle of the night. She went to use the computer, couldn't sleep. It's 2 a.m. She was on there for a couple hours. She hit the hotkey. OBS turned on. She has no idea OBS turned on. She's half naked. Now, my people who were there for me, they weren't there because she's half naked. I mean, she was still covered, but half naked from the waist down, and a tank top without a bra, so no big deal. But there were people there controlling, making sure that people like him weren't coming in and making trouble. And then there were people and just so you know, guys, anyone that sends me a Twitter message, it's gonna pop up while I'm live. So just letting you guys know, because it happened before and I had to go and do a bunch of editing. But also, so anyway, so we had just found out she had cancer not too long before that. And she couldn't eat. She was having trouble eating. And she searched, because we had a vape pen. I got one of those vape pens, because it's legal here. And you can just smoke out of the pen, but then you have to charge it. Well, the charger broke, and she couldn't smoke, and she couldn't eat. So which, like I said, she's a good girl from the suburbs. It's kind of a dumb question, but she doesn't know how to do stuff like that. So she typed it in. How can you smoke vape THC oil? Is there? And then she said, can you smoke it? And then a second search, she said, can you smoke THC oil with tinfoil, and then looked at the results. She's looking, and so he knew that she's talking about the marijuana in oil form that goes into vape pens, and you can smoke it vape wise. He knew that damn well, because that's what the search says. But he takes one word out of that and hasn't stopped saying that word. And you know, I feel like the more I explain myself, the more like, or explain for her, the more it looks like something. But you know what? Obviously, if you guys still have questions or feel like you have to ask me that, and he thinks he can still say it, you know, I don't know. I just got a text. I disagree. But, I disagree. And you know what? You're probably right, actually. You're probably right. Explaining myself, and you guys know better. You guys, actually, I don't know. If I saw someone and they were saying they had a top secret clearance, I wouldn't believe them. On YouTube, deep down, I wouldn't believe them. I'm being honest, I wouldn't. Unless they were saying certain terminology. Just, I could, you know, especially if they were military, I would be able to know. But, you know, if someone just said it, I wouldn't just take them on their word, you know? No way. No way would I take someone on their word and something like that. But, I mean, I've been around for a while. I mean, I think I've proven to be a trustworthy guy. I've proven my knowledge in that field. But the day will come where I might have to. But you know what? If he wants to make my answer to that is if he wants to make an accusation. He said he has proof. Let's see the proof, Snaps. You get now. Let's put you on the spot, because I know you can't touch me with a 10-foot pole if I'm coming at you with truth. So since you want to lie and make things up, and you say you have proof, let's see the proof. I guarantee you, he doesn't provide anything. There'll be some kind of reason, some kind of fake reason why. I don't know what it'll be, or he'll make it about something else that has nothing to do with it. I guarantee you that he won't show any proof, because I know what the truth is, so there's no way there could be proof. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, enough of that. But just today, I showed someone my credentials, and I'm saying, like, I showed everything. Almost everything. But definitely enough where they saw what I did. And by the way, just so you guys know, you know, I honor my oaths, by the way, and also I do not have a clearance, to be clear. I had a clearance in the Navy. Once you leave the Navy, unless you go into an intelligence organization, like for me it would have been NSA, then, you know, then your clearance gets suspended until you need it again, and then they won't have to do the same type of investigation they did in the first place, but they will have to do another type of investigation. I think it's SSBI investigation. Some of you guys might know that. I believe that's the correct acronym. Anyways, let me see what else. It's just so crazy. Like, people can just say anything. You know what I mean? It's like, you have to fucking... I made the mistake of saying, hey, questions. So, I'm going to answer them. Interesting. One would think California first. I know what you're saying, Fearless. But maybe California is first just because of how big they are. But, like, as far as, like, per politician, and yeah, California is so much bigger. It probably is number one, but I don't know. Like, it's kind of like, you know, if you took like a survey and it's like per person type thing instead of a place with a bigger population. If you take it like per person or thing like that, I'm telling you, Arizona is so corrupt. If it's not number one, it's number two. Because they cleaned up New York City, they cleaned up Boston. Now it's California. It's the border states, except for Texas. I'm not saying Texas is perfect, especially because they're trying to make it a swing state. So a lot of funny business is going on, and there's a lot of illegals there. Although they do a lot better work with their illegals. I mean, you guys saw it. If you guys watched my video the other day, when I showed you exactly how they do the voter fraud, at least here in Massachusetts, and I think that would go for many, many states, eventually all the liberal states. I mean, I was literally in the hood, So for anyone in Massachusetts, I was on the Everett Revere line, all right, at a Stop and Shop. Was it Stop and Shop? Actually, I don't know. I'm not even gonna say what the place was, because I don't know if you're not supposed to do that. But anyways, I was at a Star Market, something like that. So I go in, and while I'm going in, I see the guy. I see his shirt. It says like voter registration or something like that. I asked him a couple questions real quick, just to kind of feel him out. Right away, I knew the deal. So on my way out, I went and I turned on the camera. Because the first time I asked him a couple questions, and I knew. So I turned on the camera. I mean, you guys saw the video, right? To make it real quick, I turned on the camera. I started asking him, hey, so what do? I sign right here, and then what? He goes, and then you're registered. And I'm like, well, how's that? He goes, well, as long as there's proof of address in the system somewhere, we'll register you for you, basically. So it's just some guy with a t-shirt taking signatures, and then you print your name. And that's it. You print your name and then sign next to it. No date, it's very, doesn't seem legal. Doesn't seem like, but that's what he was doing. And he was standing in the hood. Mind you, when you go into that market, the languages you're hearing, it doesn't sound like you're in the United States of America. Let's put it that way. It's like probably 50-50 English, Spanish. If I'm being exact, like 45, and then 10 would be other. You know what I mean? Portuguese from the Brazilians, and Creole and different languages like that. So 10% other, 45, English, Spanish. Anyway, that's just to give you guys an idea. You come out, he talks to you. Obviously, he speaks Spanish. Asks you questions, has you sign, has your whole family sign, right? And then I go, you don't need to see my ID? He goes, no. And I go, oh, all right. So I just show it when I vote. Because, I was doing this on purpose. And he said, no, you don't need to show it when you vote. As long as you're registered somewhere in the system, you're good. And he said, if you're already registered, you don't have to sign. I said, I'm not sure, so let me sign. And I really wasn't sure. I should be registered, but I signed it anyways, and I wanted to ask some questions. So by signing, I got to get some more questions. And basically, what it comes down to is, put it this way. Let's say I take Amanda's highly decorated, they used to call him, his nickname used to be Chesty, because he had so many medals. Fought in Korea. Black man. Fought in Korea. Alright? So imagine, it was known back in those days. They would send the black regiments in. And into very dangerous situations. And so, he's still alive, but we could bring him, and he seems like he's all there, but when you see him, damn it, when you keep seeing him, you realize that the Alzheimer's is really taking over. So he makes sense in the moment, but overall, he's not really understanding what's going on. So I could bring him, he would sign, and let's say instead we're immigrant we are illegal immigrants that have been here for a year or two. We're on food stamps, so we're registered in the system. I have him sign. Now, I can go and vote for myself. Have someone else that isn't registered go and vote for him. Do you see how that goes? You know what I mean? And a lot of illegal aliens work in what's it called? Nursing homes. What if they have one of those people come around and they all start signing, and they're all registered, and then all the workers go and vote for them? And you think that's far-fetched, huh? It's not. It's not. Not at all. You would be surprised the voter fraud that's been uncovered. In fact, I gotta do a show on that too, pretty soon here. But that's not as time sensitive. It's like that's a situation of something that's not time sensitive, but one of the most important subjects we can talk about. You know, the number one subject is God. But you know, if I just talked about God, it would be a different type of channel. But that's just my opinion. If you guys have a different opinion, that's fine. Don't feel bad or weird or like you're not welcome. You're still welcome, and I pray for you. Okay, so let me continue. So where was I here? Damn, man, I should have never said questions. Okay. This is going to be a long video. I haven't even started. Okay, I'm going to start like going faster through these. Oh, Lloyd Barker, how you doing? Good to see you. This thing is driving me nuts. Cool. Hey, Snaps. I just saw Snaps. Hey, so you got some proof or something? I guess you were talking about me. I just heard you were talking about me. And Amanda, I heard you got some proof that I wasn't a crypto. Let's see it. How can? Good. Text it to me, and I'll put it on the screen. I'll pull it right up. Or, you know what I mean? Right now I'm screen sharing, so I can go anywhere and pull it right up. I'm not directing people to your channel, just so you know. What's your proof? Because if it's just talking, that's not proof. I want proof. So what's your proof? I know you're bullshit. You're full of shit. That's clear. Are you just here to talk shit? Because I'm not going to waste my time going back and forth with you. Honestly, bro, like, you lost a long time ago when it came to that. No, but Snafu, you're here. So what's the proof? Everyone's asking me. They said that you have proof. And I said, I'd like to see the proof. You know, and I'm not even trying to argue with you, but if you're saying that last night, and you're still talking about tinfoil regarding Amanda, I don't know why. Have I talked about you? Did I not message you when you were in the hospital sick? I didn't know how sick. I just knew you were there for more than one day. And if you're there for more than one day, it's serious. And I said, I hope you get well. And I'm praying for you. Did I not do that? Despite it all, it doesn't mean that I forget everything you've said and done in those nasty videos. But I meant that. I did wish you well. I did want you to get better. And I reached out for a reason. But that has nothing to do with this. This has to do with you said you have proof. I mean, bro, you could ruin me right now. I've been saying I'm a crypto since day one. I was a crypto in the Navy. I've been saying that since day one because I am. I'm not lying. But if you have proof, you can end me. bro, you could end my channel. No more little comments about Adam or, you know. I'm not making any bad videos, but if I see a video that I think is funny, yeah, I'll mirror it or something like that. But I haven't made any videos about anyone. If you haven't noticed, I've been on a roll. I've been breaking a few stories. Probably the biggest things that have happened in the past 2 weeks, I broke. It didn't happen nowhere else on YouTube will you see it before Red Pill News Dispensary. Nowhere in the MSM will you see it before Red Pill News Dispensary. And never will you see Red Pill News Dispensary lie to you as the viewers. So this guy said I'm not a crypto, and he has proof. So he could just make me look like an idiot right now. Yet I continue, your jingle, etc. That wasn't my video, but it's a funny video. It's a funny video, and first I put it on my community post. And then I wish I had the editing skills to do a video like that. And then I screen recorded it and put it out with their permission. So that's what I did. It's not my video. I thought it was funny though. What I don't think is funny is you continuing to talk all this trash. So basically because I thought a video was funny and gave that person credit because they have amazing editing skills and they did a pretty good job, I gave that person credit and, you know, gave them views. And so you got upset and just said, I have proof he's not a crypto. Is that your proof I'm not a crypto? Because someone made a video about Adam. Adam digs his own grave. I have nothing to do. I didn't encourage that person to make a video. I didn't tell them to make a video. I didn't make the video, but I damn fucking well liked the video. I'll tell you that. So just come on. Is that proof? That's not proof. That's nonsense. That's you not knowing what you're talking about. That's you thinking I made a video and I didn't. If I make a video, you'll know it. It's gonna say red pill all over it. You'll know it. And yeah, the guy did reference one of my comments in the video, but it wasn't me. But I'm honored that the guy, you know, it was a pretty good comment too. Nice little checkmate comments. I love those. Kind of like checkmate right here. You're all bullshit. You're all bullshit. You're just talking about some video that I didn't make the video. I can't control what other people do. And honestly, and I say this with my right hand to God, I do not know who made the video. I do not know. I put it up in the community post, and I wrote something about I said, is this okay? I'll take it down. If not, I never got anything, and then I never got anything saying that, hey, no, I don't want you to. Then I went to their channel and I sent them a message and I said, hey, do you mind if I use this video? They didn't answer me. So, you know, I guess that's permission. So I worded it more like, is it a problem? And they didn't seem to care. It's been up for how long? They don't seem to care. They obviously like my channel. They referenced, I don't know, some comment I made. I don't remember when, but it does like a laugh noise and it shows my comment, which was a good comment. So where's this proof? You don't choose anything, bro. Sorry, I hate to say it. Listen, you came here because I could say some really mean stuff. I'm not gonna do that to you. You're coming here and you're just talking about a video. That's not proof, but just so you know, that video, I wish I had the editing skills to make a video like that. Just to make that clear. All right, I can understand where there's a confusion only because I put it up on my channel after I put it on my community post. And on my community post, you can see who made the video. And it seems like a stock account anyway. And then, in the video, when it zooms in on a comment from Red Pill News Dispenser. That was a very witty comment. A good comeback that I made in some situation at some point. But you haven't heard shit out of me. I've been busy breaking stories, if you haven't noticed. And I'd like to do a video right now. So someone had to ask that question. They said, "Oh snaps!" Obviously, you just sit there and like watch me. I like that you watch me, but I'm not here to make fun of you or talk bad about you. The last time I referenced you or talked about you was straight to you, and it was saying, "I hope you get better." I don't wish sickness. I think I said I don't wish sickness upon anyone, and I said, I'm praying for you. That's the last time I've referenced you on YouTube. Was directly to you. But you're here to give proof, not do this back and forth. I can't. This thing. The more I touch it, it messes up. I got plenty funny vid too. Should I put them all back up? Yes, if you want. I mean, I'm not Adam. I don't tell you what to do. First you'd have to run that by Adam. But, see, I'm trying not to be mean. I'm just saying, do you have proof? Do you have proof? Now you're talking to Shauna. So you're just here to be a disruptor? Do you have proof? You said you had proof. That's the only reason why I'm letting you speak to people like this right now. So, do you have proof? Yes or no? The answer is no. Because I know what I am. I know what I did in the Navy. All right. This is what I'm. But I'm happy that you're showing what Adam's people are all about. It's all bullshit. It's all bells, whistles, singing, friggin' falsehoods, lies. It's all lies. I don't understand. Adam could do so good if he just cut out the lies and just did his thing. He has enough of a personality. He's obviously intelligent to a point. Just do your shit. Why do you have to do the falsehoods and support people who lie and talk about children and women with cancer and veterans and the elderly, and it's ridiculous. Show us your proof. All right, so you have no proof. I guess you have no proof. You're just here to disrupt. You're doing a good job at disrupting. I'll give you that. If your point was to disrupt one of my videos and somehow make it about you when you're totally irrelevant. Oh, you do. Listen. If you have proof, you could end me. I'm telling you right now. I swear on my child, I was a crypto in the Navy with a top secret, sensitive, compartmentalized information clearance with the polygraph. Show me proof that I just lied. My channel would be done. You could end me right now. Oh, I do. That's not proof. What's the proof, buddy? That's what I thought. Nothing. You're just a liar. Just like Amanda. What are you implying by tinfoil? Do I have to pull that video up? Because I have some videos I can pull up too and show the truth about what you've been talking about for like a month about a woman with cancer. You have people convinced that this poor baby's in danger, that she's with like somebody on meth. First of all, there's no meth up here. Second of all, there is crack up here, so people could think it's for crack if it's someone from around here. And she is totally not that type of person. All right, you've seen her. You talked to her. You've seen her avatar. All right, bro. Yeah, you know the deal. All right, she's beautiful, and she's beautiful inside as much as out. And she's a good girl from the suburbs that was raised right. And you're trying to say she's all. That's why she got so pissed and came on your channel. And what do? The same thing you always do. You say, and I was so pissed because you block me so I can't write. And I'm at work watching her talk to you. And I can't fucking chime in. I can't chime in. You know how hard that was for me? Well, you're talking shit and you saying, Amanda, you fucking bitch. All because what? An innocent woman that has done nothing wrong, has nothing to do with YouTube. The only thing she's done wrong is get with me. All right, that's it. Get with somebody who's fucking dumb enough to even entertain you for a second. You're fucking irrelevant. You are totally irrelevant. You are nothing, Snaps. You are nothing. All right? Like, Adam pushes you up. He pushes you up. And I don't know why, because the more he pushes you up, you're pushing him down. Trust me. Oh, with all that weight, and I'm not talking about your fat fuck body. I'm talking about the weight of your lies. The weight of how ugly you can be. And I'm not talking about your ugly face. I'm talking about how ugly you can be inside. All right? Where does that come from? Where? Why? Like, everything's been quiet. There's been nothing. I haven't been talking about anybody. I haven't been making any videos. No one has. But all of a sudden, last night, RTP, he's all angry. I didn't watch the video. I'm assuming he talked about me if you did. Or maybe you just decided to talk about me. Maybe he's still flying straight like everyone else. Like everyone, you guys extended an olive branch with poison ivy on it. All right? And that's why I called you out on that fucking bullshit. You guys made a whole video where you had friggin' this is how fake your fam is, all right? The mafia. You had 15 people talk about how sorry they were and all this stuff. And it's only because Adam gave the order and he said, listen, this is hurting my channel. I'm getting exposed. You guys are fucking saying nothing but lies. It's just going to lead you guys to, it just makes you guys look bad. It does. It makes you guys look bad. When someone makes a video, they don't use lies and name calling like we're in a kindergarten schoolyard. Every video I've seen of relevance is fact. It's using your own material and saying, listen to this. And then, well, how could that be true if this? Or watch this meltdown. Or, you know, it's just like it's there. It's a fact. That's the difference. You came in here, and look, I just said all that stuff. You must be mad. I just swore at my daughter that I was a crypto. You could end my channel. Go ahead. That's all you. If you say, "Oh, I do. Oh, I do." Same thing as Amanda with the tinfoil, right? You didn't know. You didn't know that it was actually just her searching of THC oil, because she's like that innocent that she doesn't even know what to do if the charger breaks on a vape pen. She has no idea what to do with it. She doesn't know that. I mean, I don't either. Really, I don't know what you could do with a vape pen if you have to get a new charger, I guess. I don't think you can smoke oil. I don't know. Maybe could you dip it on tobacco? I have no idea. But anyway, she was trying to figure it out because she couldn't eat because she has something called fucking cancer, kid. All right? And when you were sick with whatever you got going on, all right, I'm a little bit more sympathetic to when people are sick. So I left you a message and I said, hey, I hope you're okay. You know, I don't wish sickness upon anyone. I hope you get better soon. And I would pray for you. Despite all that. And that's what a Christian does. A real Christian, at least. What you do, that's not Christian. And your lies, they get exposed over and over and over. You came in here to show proof. Now, Mac Duffin, I said I would answer questions, right? Mac Duffin, did I answer your question? Do you not see what I'm talking about? There is no proof. What is she saying? What is someone saying? She's down the hall in the living room. I'm in this room. She is down the hall, down there. And you're right, I don't want to raise my voice. In fact, we have a rule that we never raise our voice. And I know that I'm going to hear it from Amanda because I raised my voice. But just so it's clear, she's down the hall in the living room. I have a big apartment. Big 2-bedroom, lot of space. She could probably hear that Daddy is yelling. But I might be yelling about sports. I yell during sports games. But as far as like angry yelling, I don't like to do that in the house with the baby here. But you can mind your own fucking business. How about that? Alright? Fucking tell me what I need to fucking do. Alright? You have no fucking idea what the fuck I've done. I've been a single father half of her life. Alright? Well, not half, but like 12 months of it.
How would we not have all of these? You know what I mean? Freaking, she had one, we both have two.
Hey, baby.
Hey,
You a Sky?
come here.
Yeah.
Sky.
Yeah. Hey, when I'm done with this, what time is it? We can't go on the bike. Hey, do you want to play the princess game? Yeah? You want to set it up? Alright, not right now. When I'm done. Later. Okay? Fucking piece of shit. So, Snaps, where's your proof, huh? Because now she's down the hall. And now she's in the living room. And you guys might be able to hear her, but I'm on this side of the room. She had to walk out, go take a left, go down the hall. And hey, why don't you take a fucking walk with me, Patty, since you're so fucking fake concerned. Alright? Patty, you just fucking you just oppose my view on Adam, which I haven't even been expressing. I just wanted to do truth. But since you guys want to do this, we'll do this. So see, I walk out of my room, see that? Oh shit, I almost fell. Alright, in my bathroom. Alright, come out, it's my hall. Alright. Down the hallway.
What are you doing?
Here's all this. No, because you know what? Someone wants to see. I can't believe you scream like that with your daughter in the room right next to you.
Yeah,
I'm like, my daughter is down the hall in the living room. But you know, I'm not gonna show my daughter, but
who cares?
yeah, well, you know, I just
too much attention. It's like whatever.
I don't like it. Because you know what? Yeah, you're right. It just takes one disturbed person. But those words are read by hundreds of people. That pisses me off. Trust me, I could care less about some troll who has no life. You're probably some loser who had your kid taken away, you know, and you're upset. I always notice that. People who had their kids taken away because they were bad parents or drug addicts or something like that, you know, usually they hate people who have their kids. They do, and they criticize them about every little thing. But it's just projecting. And I see a lot of projecting coming out of people like Snaps. And yes, Patty? Yeah, so Snaps, you're fake, bro. You're fake. You know that you know that that's bullshit what she just said. You know that that's not cool. And you'll just agree with her because it fits your narrative, right? I have my headphones on. How about Patty? Why don't you just bounce? Because you're pissing me the fuck off. I'm not going to block you. But, you know, Snaps, I'm waiting on the evidence, all right? You're not here to, are you just here to talk? Again, Red Pill, you were posting vids, still talking, so the proof should be released. Then release it. Show me the proof. You were posting vids, still talking? I don't have any vids. What vids? What are you talking about? I'm not going to explain myself again. I just said I haven't made any videos. And guess what? When I make a video, you'll know it, all right? And you keep this shit up, I promise there'll be a video. And not just you, but your friggin' dear leader too. Alright? I don't want to do that. Alright? I don't want to do that. He just had a baby. I don't want to make videos like that. Don't force my hand. Alright? But if someone makes a video, and I can like it if I want. Alright? And I can say, hey, check this out, guys. Doesn't mean I made it. And there's nothing wrong with that person who made it. But as far as like me and, you know, the select few who you know about who were involved when there was drama and you guys got crushed with truth, we stopped. You guys did in a fake olive branch, totally fake olive branch. You guys went right back to your shit right away. You were doing it the night before and then again the night after. I seen it all. You guys think you're slick, but you're not. Nobody has said anything. Not anyone that every single person that said anything, either I had just met or I had, I don't know at all. In fact, I think it's just a sock account, so I might know them. But I swear I do not know the person. But that's irrelevant. The point is I didn't make the video. If I make a video, you'll know it, and I'll back it up, and it will be, it will be, let's just say it will be telling, okay? Because I don't make videos talking crap with people's families, talking about their children. Yeah, exactly. Talking about my child. I know. She's talking about. I know. It's ridiculous. Good for you, Patty. Isn't that what we're supposed to do? Same here. My house is spotless except for my bedroom over where I sleep. I'm a little bit of a slob. I have all my drinks out. I have some plates out. I have paperwork in the corner. I'm kind of a slob in my part of the room, but the house, it's spotless. Same here. What do you think's going on out there? She's eating. But I'm not going to put her on camera. So I don't know. What do you want, a medal? Anyone who says something like that, my house is clean, I'm cooking, then it's like, why would you say that? Isn't that like, isn't that a given? Right? Isn't that a given? That's what, anyone who talks like that, I kind of wonder, like, like, why are you, like, patting yourself on the back for that? No. Someone wanted to ask the question, and it brought in a troll. A troll came out from under a bridge and said, yes, I do have proof. And you still haven't shown the proof. I'm not going to give you much more time. I'm really trying to give you the chance. See, now you're just talking crap to other people. You know what? The next thing you say, if it's not proof, you're gone. All right? So, mods, the next thing he says, if he doesn't show proof, get him out of here. I don't like to block people, but see you later. You know what? Do a timeout. And then see if he can be good. Do a timeout. I'm not going to block him. I like to be able to say I don't block people. Patty. Who's Patty? And does Patty, are you here often? Are you like, I don't understand what your concern is and why you're patting yourself on the back for having a clean house and feeding your children. That makes me wonder. Why is that like a something to type? Why would you even type that? That's a given. Alright, can you guys see the video? I don't know if you guys can. Could you guys see that video before? It's still buffering? Alright, so you guys could see it? They just literally, that's what they do. Alright, good. You guys could see it. Thank you, Mark Knott. Okay. Unbelievable. So they come in here, cause all that trouble, talk all this trash, and then they don't go show any proof, and they leave, and they, it's just unbelievable. I'm almost tempted to just, like, show my GD214 right now. I have it on this phone. I'm tempted to do it right now. I had to be careful what I show. Okay, so. Alright. Oh, by the way, since you guys want to be funny, remember, if you guys watched Adam, to be honest with you, and I wasn't going to come at Adam, but since your boy Snap's going to come in here, here's what he was talking about. He says, oh, if you attack another channel by December 10th, YouTube has a new provision where they're going to, take away your channel. He's full of it. He's full of it. Alright? It's just another... I mean, you know that I think that you're the biggest fraud going on YouTube. But you could still change your ways. Be a Christian and change your ways. So here's the changes. Terms that are clear and easier to understand with useful links to help you navigate YouTube and better understand our policies. Changes to the terms and better alignment between our terms and how YouTube works today. So I think hopefully, so the rest is just the new terms will take effect on the 10th of December. So you wrote this knowing that only creators would really see it, and that we got this, and we might get scared because, oh, Adam, he knows stuff that we don't know. Well, guess what? I know stuff you don't know. And what I do know is that you're bullshit when it comes to this. Alright? So, mark my words. Come December 10th, we'll keep an eye on it. And just another way that you're gonna friggin' expose yourself. You do it to yourself. I say that all the time. You really do it to yourself. Associating with people like Snaps. You do it to yourself. Alright. Let me get back. Let me get to business here. Alright, so where is my... I just had it up. Oh man, where is it? I just had it up and I gotta be careful about this. I just had it up. Shit, you know what? There's no way I can do it without... Damn it. Alright guys, let's start with the Paradise Fires, okay? Because this video shouldn't be like this. In fact, I might even edit some of that crap out. I just wanted to give everyone a chance to ask a question. Mac Duffin asked the question. Mac Duffin, I think you got your answer. You know, I'm willing to put it all on the line because I know what I am and what I'm not. I know. That's why I swore on my kid I never do that. But it just really wanted to drive that point home. I really wanted to drive that point home. That I'll put it all on the line. If you have proof I'm not a crypto, please. And it's easy to get. If I wasn't a crypto, it would be easy to prove it. You know, there is ways to get that information. But the information would just tell you. In this before and after, Amanda. In this before and after composite image left. Alright, let's do this. Alright? You guys get it. Okay. Some images of the California fire. Paradise before and afters. It'll hold up here. I'm pretty sure this is an after. Are there captions? Oh, I'll put the cap and with all their, and they're not like in Massachusetts. Yeah, with Paradise, right? If you don't, you know what? I can't even see the comments section right now. Whatever they flag me. Oh, I hate to give out like a recipe on how to screw up my stream, but I just hope the people notice. They come in, they make all these claims and lies, and then they talk like children on a set. And then he goes and says it again last night, and I still wasn't gonna mention him, but then he comes in here making big claims with zero to prove it. I didn't want him to say, oh, this is a before, I believe. A view of an empty. Oh no, there's another after. See, I keep thinking these are befores because of how this fire happened. For those of you who aren't hip, because it's been a year, so they've come to learn a lot of truths and they've become curious in the past year. I would not be surprised if many people in this room do not know. They might know about the Paradise Fires, but they don't know the, I don't know. That's just a lot of energy directed in the wrong way. All right, let's do this. So, catch my drift. Okay. Look at that. It was more like it was almost like it's down, right? Or imagine, what if the beams were shot from the bottom up? That would ours didn't. It would make a lot of sense. Look at that. Look. Well, this one, it looks like this is just like total destruction. This one. But this picture's in here for a reason. Now, mind you, these are pictures from the MSM, so you're not gonna really find anything. What's this one? An aerial view of a neighborhood destroyed. Wow. Oh wait, no, I thought it was further back than it is. So what's destroyed? I see in the top left, I see some type of building. And then it looks like maybe where that red is a road, and then that red. It's kind of tough to see what you're looking at. What's really throwing me off is in the top left, that like building. But then in other parts of the picture, it looks like it's wicked high in the air. I don't know. But I just want to congratulate Snaps and Patty. You guys, that was real nice of you guys. Bringing all that drama in here. 1 year anniversary of Paradise. You know that from the title of the video. It's trashy. Look at this. Very selective. They're also selective with their photos, may I add. Look at that. That whole thing's gone. Yeah, that whole thing's gone. Trees, everything is fine. I didn't know from the firefighting courses and knowledge. I know a lot about firefighting. And he died young, lung cancer. And he got the big funeral. It was unbelievable. There was I don't know, man. I wish I could say his name, but when you got people like Snaps out there, you gotta be careful. Patty, don't ever talk about my negative way. I will block you. I'm always about no blocking. I don't block. I like to give everyone, even if you're talking bad. That's always been my thing. Even if you're talking trash, I don't care. All opinions, I'm not gonna hide from anyone's opinion. I'm open like that. I don't even know if I'm freaking live anymore. This whole thing got screwed up. Of course he is. You see him buffering any? LOL. Alright, block him. I'll block him. Fuck this. Fucking sick of this shit. I gotta go do this. I'll take care of it. I mean, he's just sitting there laughing about how he's making it get all screwed up. He's just sitting there laughing about how he's making it get all screwed up. No, I'm not. No more of these. He's just sitting there laughing about how he's making it get all screwed up. I'm not. No more of these. I'm gonna legit block your ass. Now you lose the privilege of being here. No more of these. Sitting there laughing. Legit block your ass. Now you lose the privilege. I don't want to remove the comment. I want to remove the person. Legit block your ass. Now you lose the privilege. I don't want to remove the comment. Hey, now when you talk, you're not blocked. I like this option. I guess it's kind of like being blocked. When you talk, you're not blocked. when you talk, no one's gonna see what you say.
It's kind of like being blocked.
Except for you. So talk to yourself in the corner, little boy. You're not gonna, alright?
Except for you.
And if one of my mods can figure out how to actually make it so he can't come in here and see my videos and block and, you know, cause it to buffer, please just get rid of him. That's where I draw the line. I'm trying to show the 1 year anniversary of Paradise, and you're laughing about making it buffer. At the same time, talking about I'm not a crypto, and saying you have proof, and instead of showing the proof that you don't have, talking crap to all my subscribers. I'm done with you, kid. I'm done with you. You're below me. You're irrelevant. Seriously, I'm not even. You're below me. You're irrelevant. Seriously, and I hate talking like that. You know, at the beginning, I'm trying to talk about vanity and pride. I hate talking like that. You know, at the beginning. But when you come across pure evil, it makes you realize. When you come across pure evil, how lucky you are to. What's wrong, Amanda? Amanda, what's wrong? What's wrong, Amanda? She won't let you blow her nose. Olivia, let her blow your nose. She won't let you blow her nose. Olivia, let her blow your nose. You got boogies in your nose. She won't let you blow her nose. Olivia, let her blow your nose. Alright guys, let's continue this video. At least I know you guys can see it. Let's continue this video. At least I know you guys can see it. You know. At least I know you guys can see it. You know. At least I know you guys can see it. Careful here. Alright. Anyway, so you guys got an idea of the photos. You kind of ruined that. And besides, they're being very selective with those photos, by the way. You kind of ruined that. And besides, they're being very selective with those photos, by the way. Besides, they're being very selective. Sorry, but I gotta get rid of this, or else it's gonna be like a background. They're being very selective. Sorry, but I gotta get rid of this, or else it's gonna be like a background. Alright. Sorry about all this, guys. A lot of editing to do. I learned my lesson. You know, ask questions, guys. That wasn't even it. It was really just, you know, this whole thing, not blocking people, because I try to be a good guy, and just show that I will invite any opinion. I will invite any opinion. But when people take advantage of that, I'm done. I'm going to stop blocking people, and that's it. I mean, you basically got to do something as bad as what he just came in here and did to get blocked. Like, Patty, you're not blocked, but, like I said, and this goes for anyone, don't ever fucking talk about my kid, ever, or Amanda. Talk about me, alright? I'm here. This is a Red Pills channel, not Red Pill and Family, alright? Alright, it's just, this is a lot, my house is alive. You know, maybe some of you guys are jealous because you're alone and miserable, but I have a house that's alive with children and animals and, you know, a great mother who's handling it while I'm doing this. And then when I'm done doing this, then I take over. We have like a unspoken arrangement. That's just how we do it. Alright guys, let me read you some of this. 1 year ago, on November 8th, 2018, the campfire ignited when a faulty electric transmission line sparked a blaze just outside Paradise, California. DEW, it should say. And someone could put in chat what that means. And by the way, you think from above, from below. from what I've gathered and everything I've studied, I know that that's not a popular opinion, but that is what I've gathered with all the photos, everything, talking to people last year. I was all over when the Paradise thing. I did a lot of research, and I'm telling you, that stuff came from below. And it's kind of like snaps. You could have came in here and it could have been a good guy. You know, it would show good faith. Just be kind, say hello, just stopping by to check out the channel. Okay. But instead, he used his energy to direct it at particular subjects and hit below the belt, from below, you know? And that's the thing. His channel, I'm doing truth. He just like puts on the TV and puts on the History Channel. That's not truth. You know, that's plagiarism. That's piracy. I mean, that's not truth. That's legit. Like, there's names for that, and I don't even want to say them because, you know, I don't want to give anyone ideas to get you in trouble. But he takes all that energy, and he comes from that point, which is below. And that explains Paradise, if that made any sense. I know some of you know what I'm trying to do. Okay, let's continue. And it doesn't matter. I'm not worried about somebody listening. It's just that's the stupid guy named Al who has, you know, no rhythm. You know what I mean? That's the only thing you gotta worry about. I still swear. I still don't understand Adam with the words. I mean, he had his little chat today. But I'm not going to talk bad about it. I choose to be more free. If I want to say the name of a country, I will, you know? Or like the word combat or conflict. Like, I don't know, man. So let's read this. Man, this whole thing didn't go as I wanted. But it's alright. We're going to turn it around right now. Because, I got so much news, and all I'm going to do is edit it, and I'm just going to power through this news. Alright. Within hours, strong winds quickly drove the exploding wildfire into the Sierra foothills town, causing a chaotic, massive evacuation of its... So, let's read this again. So, within hours, this is the MSMs, this is the filtered... what they want you to just read and believe blindly. And at this channel, our eyes are wide open. We are not just going with the flow because it's like the thing to do, or you know what I mean? Because someone tells you to. Amanda, can you turn down the TV? Like, whoever needs the TV that loud? Amanda. No, but you don't need it that loud. It's going loud, quiet. No, it is blaring. Alright, so I'm gonna read it. Within hours, strong winds quickly drove the exploding wildfire into the Sierra foothills town, causing a chaotic mass evacuation of its residents, escaping the blinding smoke and intense heat from flames. And by the way, if there's anyone in here saying like, oh, that's how you talk to Amanda, and she said, listen, I don't put on some fake friggin', oh, hey, honey bunny, boo boo, baby, boo boo, you know, all that crap. And we'll talk like that sometimes, but you know, if it's something like they got the TV blaring, it's, hey, turn that down. What's wrong with you? You know, it's real. It's real. I'm not putting on no fake facade. Okay, what you see is what you get, and there's nothing wrong. There's nothing, you know. I'm not saying that someone's saying it, But, like, that's the type of stuff that people do, and I'm worried about the guy who knows that he's live on camera and everything is, oh, hey, Boo Boo Bear, did you, and they, like, mention something that they did, and you know what I mean? It's just, like, you can just tell when someone's just being fake, and I don't like it, and it happens way too much in the truth community. If I could only, like, put a video together and stay focused, we'd be okay. So here we go. Getty Images photographer Justin Sullivan was one of the first photojournalists on the scene covering the disaster. Well, you know that they had their people there first because they knew it was going to go down. For the next few weeks, he documented the wildfire, destruction, and ensuing recovery efforts. By the way, this is why I do shows at night. I decided I would do a show during the day today. Figured I'd do a day show, but like I said, my house is alive during the day. And there's nowhere I can go. Oh, you know what's so crazy? The same person wrote a comment, Patty, you couldn't find a place in your house where there was no noise. And I was like, no, there's no place in my house that's no noise. The bathroom is the one place where you can maybe, like, kind of tone down the noise. But as soon as you turn on the lights, the fan goes on with the lights, which I hate. There should be 2 switches. I'm used to having 2 switches. But in this apartment, it turns on the light and a loud fan. I mean, you can't even, like, watch a YouTube and hear it well. That's how loud it is. So, yeah, it's an alive house. I'm sorry for the background. Alright. By the time the fire was fully contained on November 25th, much of the town had been leveled. Over 150,000 acres were charred. The campfire ended up being the deadliest fire in the past 100 years in the United States. And if you guys remember, it was for something that was the biggest fire in the past 100 years. Oh, I'm sorry. Even worse, deadliest fire in the past 100 years. Now, the reason they say the past 100 years is because of San Francisco. Actually, that was, I believe the San Francisco fire, what was it, like? It was like around World War One, right? Oh no, wasn't it the 1890s? I forget. But I know San Francisco had a crazy fire because everything was wood, and it just spread the whole, like, half the city, like 1/3 of the city was gone. Don't quote me on the if it was half or a third or a quarter. I know it was a lot of the city was gone. But this is the deadliest wildfire in the past 100 years. And my point is, it was extremely underreported by our fake news, as people call it. What they should call it is propaganda. And I know that I'll say this every, 4 videos, but there's always somebody who doesn't know about it. And it's one of the biggest red pills, in my opinion, you could ever swallow. So here's this red pill. I say it a lot, but for anyone just hearing it for the first time. In 2011, they passed an act. It's called the Smith-Mundt Modernization Act. Or as it's basically known as just the Smith, like Smith, the last name Smith. Mundt, M-U-N as in November, D, Delta, T, Tango. Mundt Act. And with that act, we used to have a ban on propaganda because only places like Russia, China, places with communism, they have propaganda. The United States, we're supposed to be free. Our government isn't supposed to give propaganda to us. Well, Obama thought, screw the Constitution. Lift the ban on propaganda. Let's do it. So they lifted the ban on propaganda. And now, that is why, when you put on the news and you wonder to yourself, why can't they just give the news and stop with the opinions? Well, there's two answers for that. One is money, and they have to have this 24/7 news cycle. And when you have a 24/7 news cycle, you can only cover so much where like you report it. If I was on this phone 24/7 telling you all the news, eventually I'm going to start telling my opinion. You know, I have guests on. Let's say I was on 24/7, like CNN, Fox, all of them. Eventually, I'm going to have to start giving opinions. And that's what it turns into. And then when you lift the ban on propaganda, oh, you forget about opinion. You can literally set it up where every little thing they do on these news, on the mainstream media, is to fool you. They spend 10 times more brain power and money on how to deceive you than inform you. Never forget that. And I guess it's because of the House. But because he's going to win, the president gets his second term. No, I don't see Elizabeth Warren's going to beat him. And I used to like Elizabeth Warren. She used to actually make sense. I don't know what happened to that lady the past 4 years or so. She's in Massachusetts. She personally helped me with something before, or her office. She's senator of Massachusetts. But know that when you watch them, they are trying to set their agenda. Whether it means kind of telling you, hey, look over here. Well, they do something over there. You know? Or it could be something as simple as just lying. Or just, you know, I mean, you guys seen some of the videos where a bunch of people are pretending to be dead. And once the camera stopped rolling, they all get up and they push the car that looks like it was blown up out of the picture. And people start going about their day again. It's crazy. Look at this, guys. Here's this picture really says it all. Oh, there we go. I'm going to add that. That's like very, the image, you know? Okay, so anyways, I wanted you guys to know that. That's always important. I'll do it once every 4 videos. Because that was one of the biggest red pills to me. That and listening to Behold a Pale Horse. If you haven't heard it, check it out. Alright. And really just my experience when I was in. The Patriot Act is another one. Those are probably the 3 biggest ones. And the Patriot Act. Because while I was in, and especially with what I did, which I can't get into really the details, but I can say a little bit. When I was in, you know, whatever we do to the enemy. After the Patriot Act, all of a sudden, it changed to not just the enemy, but domestic as well. That's bullshit. I was so pissed. I couldn't believe it. But, you know, in the military, you don't speak freely. There's a certain procedure you could take for whistleblowing. although that doesn't always turn out so well for you. Yeah, so, you just have to follow orders. Anyways, so, okay. But, I think I would have maybe signed up for a second term if I had the opportunity. I would have signed up for a second term. Alright. Term. That's not even the right term, but you know what I'm saying. As the first anniversary of the fire, is today, November the 8th. Let me get rid of that ad. Sullivan returned to Paradise and took photographs of many of the same locations from the previous year. Recovery has been slow. Many homes and businesses were razed to the ground and not yet rebuilt. These before and after images show what has changed over the past year and since the deadliest and most destructive wildfire in California history destroyed over 18,000 structures and killed 85 people, he wrote on his Instagram post. Well, you know what? I don't really care what that guy says. I mean, those numbers are correct, I'm sure. But, he's going to go around. He's going to be a little bit more selective about what he takes images of, And by the way, right now I'm on DuckDuckGo. So I would highly recommend that when you're searching for things. Because if I search something on Google, it comes back totally different than if I search on DuckDuckGo. I actually get what I'm looking for, especially if it's something that, let's say, they might not want you to know or see. So I'm gonna search right now. I'm gonna do it right now live. I got something on Paradise for you guys, but right before I do that, I just want to show you. So you know what? I wasn't gonna go into it. I was gonna kind of dance around the truth. Forget that. This is the Red Pill News Dispensary. Alright? We're not watching our words. We're not watching our P's and Q's. We're getting straight down to truth. Let's get to the truth. This is what really happened. I've seen this video. It's not all about money here. It's about truth.
Recent numbers tell us that 88 people have died, 631 people are missing, and over 13,000 homes have been completely destroyed by the strange fire in Paradise, California. And more than half of this damage occurred within the first 4 hours.
You said that your outbuildings and your house and the houses around you all
performs flawlessly.
You said that your outbuildings and your house and the houses around you all started to burn at once.
I know that all of my stuff started to burn at once, and then my neighbor right across the street, dozens of fires sprang up all around me and below me without, they're far in front of the fire line without any falling burning embers.
Completely ignored by the mainstream media, the anomalous nature of this fire is being reported on by only a few independent journalists.
Red Pill News.
Recently, Shelley Lewis from Supposedly Shelley interviewed 2 California firemen about the strange anomalies they have been seeing firsthand in Paradise. In the trailer park, the steel frame foundations only a foot off the ground.
What just happened? Wow.
We're all completely warped, bent, and mangled. Every car
Guys.
they have been seeing firsthand in paradise. In the trailer park, the steel frame foundations only a foot off the ground. We're all completely warped, bent, and mangled. Every car and truck was completely torched. Every single rubber tire was burned into oblivion, and all that remained was the steel belt system from within. The temperatures were hot enough to melt aluminum. They were hot enough to melt glass. And they were hot enough to decimate every single last thing inside the home, which makes these fires at least 3 times hotter than your average house fire. And yet some things were inexplicably untouched by the super intense heat. Pristine carports with torched automobiles beneath them, next to homes completely burned to ash. Plastic trash cans untouched. The firemen observed that plastics attached to metal completely melted, while plastics by themselves seemed to somehow survive what must have been extraordinary heat. They found an isolated, unattached electrical generator that was completely burned out, like the cars, but the surrounding area was untouched. They discovered a smart meter inside of an enclosed box that completely burned out from its own wiring. They suspect that it could have been the start of some of these fires. Other investigators are observing how guardrails have caught fire where the metal bolts connect to the wood. And many are wondering what type of fire ignites metals while sparing plastic and surrounding trees. Microwaves ignite metal. And 4 years ago, the U.S. Navy demonstrated a directed energy weapon by burning a hole in a truck and destroying a moving target at sea. According to naval research, the weapon system performs flawlessly and is capable of destroying its target with pinpoint accuracy. The mountains surrounding the Paradise fires are riddled with anomalous scars, as if a laser beam scorched swaths of forest while leaving the rest untouched. It is indeed a terribly sordid mystery, and nothing comes but silence from official sources. My first video report on this subject, entitled "The California Wildfires and Agenda 21, was deleted from my channel by YouTube. They wrote me that, upon review, we've determined that it violates our guidelines. In that video, we pointed out how these strange fires are all in the same areas the United Nations Agenda 21 has proposed to be off limits to human use.
Interesting.
For newswars.com, this is Greg Reese.
This is a solution for you and your family. This is something guaranteed.
Oh, they? I didn't know that was connected with. Was that just an ad? I don't think that connected with InfoWars. It said News Wars in the bottom, but it's supposed to be ForbiddenKnowledge.net. No. This is before Paradise. Look, this is before Paradise even happened. And they're talking about directed energy weapons being used in Cal because there was a fire in August as well. That's unbelievable. It just tells you. Photograph. Hold on, let me look at it. This is interesting. This is before they even. Geoengineering is fueling. The thing is, I know the word. My accent like kind of messes it up, but yeah, okay. By the way, everyone said hello, and they're glad you're feeling better. So thank you. All right. Sorry, excuse me. East Coast. It's anomaly wet and cool. Recent extreme. Look, it's like they were building up, getting ready for a big event. Yeah, NASA satellite emission. Completely disrupt the hydrological. So honestly, it will only be about 2.5 months later. Well, actually, no, like more like. Yeah, well, 2 months later, less than 2.5 months. Like 2 months, that a long-planned climate engineering awareness and call to action event on the NASA satellite image. Though there are countless forms of human activity damaging the climate and biosphere, illegal global climate engineering all over the globe, which official sources are not disclosing. Climate engineering, because I hope you guys, if you guys don't know about Agenda 21 and now Agenda 2030, look it up. And I know that I'm using every keyword that I should not use, but I would rather give you guys the straight up truth and be after, which is crazy. That's the first time that happened. That was really weird. Anyways, let's continue. You know, I'd rather just give it to you guys straight. And if they demonetize me, that's fine. Was he at Moab or was he at... He was somewhere and he happened to run across a couple couples that were from the Paradise Fire. He'll probably... And it almost seemed like in Massachusetts, you guys didn't hear about, to be honest with you. Even though it was right in my neighborhood. It was like 2 years ago. Maybe a little bit more, 3 years ago. Anyways, let's continue. But that's what it would be. Did I say that? No, yeah. Well, they had said that earlier, but I'm just saying it again. Climate engineering programs. The 10-minute video below elaborates on the direct effect geoengineering operations are having. A better term is weather warfare. That's the better term to use. Now, I would like to actually... There's some... Let's just continue reading first. Here's the car fire, by the way, this picture here in Redding, California. And this is this person's hometown, so obviously they're passionate about it and they're covering it. And they happen to seem to have a background in meteorology. It's not just some guy like me just talking about it. I'm referring to somebody who's an expert. Let's see. Other recent Western infernos also confirms the impact of climate intervention operations. The satellite animation below was recorded on October 11, 2017. Now, mind you, he's writing this. This is all from not even 2 months, like a month and a half about, not even, a little bit less than a month and a half before Paradise happened. That's why I actually find it like riveting because of that reason. And I know there's one guy out there that loves that word. But for that reason, that this is from before that. And sometimes, you have to look at the situation and look. But they're going to do their best to cover their tracks. Sometimes, if you find some gold nuggets from right before it happened, you get a lot more truth that way. Oh, by the way, the thing that pops up saying wiretapped, I have all kinds of safety devices on my phone. It's actually saying that I'm not being wiretapped. Unless I'm using my mic, then it'll say it. I have all kind of I have a bunch of little gadgets to keep me safe. Once I found out what certain channels I was once affiliated with are doing, and I suggest everyone do the same. Be careful, change your passwords to in particular, your email, and here and there, or like if you have like a main Google account that's for your whole phone, I would change that password. And just be careful where you go and what you click. All right. Anomalous, counter-directional, and extreme wind patterns over the core wildfire region was a major contributing factor in the firestorm cataclysm that occurred in the Santa Rosa region of California. All official sources continue to ignore and omit any discussion of the ongoing illegal climate engineering operations. Basically, there's a lot of people in on it, and a lot of people making some bucks off it. And if you're not making money off it, they're paying you or offing you or silencing you in one way or the other. I'm playing with fire here. No pun intended. I really didn't mean that pun. But I am playing with fire. Again, no pun intended. I just happened to be a pun. Alright, so the climate engineering atrocities are a primary factor in the equation of exponentially increasing forest fires and fire intensity. This is a forest fire on the U.S. West Coast. Let's see. So this is a lot right here. See, this is why I haven't periodic mic check. Those are my friends. You know what I'm saying? Alright. All around the world, about, I don't know, like 8 months later, the Amazon fire happens. This guy was right on. That's why I like seeing these nuggets of there's a lot, people say a lot of things, but when you find something and someone's got it, I'll get his name in a minute. All of us must work together in the effort to fully expose and halt the ongoing climate engineering battle. Now, what is this credible data all about? This might just be like to a web page. Oh, here's his name. So the man that we've been reading, his name is DW, Dane Wigington, from geoengineeringwatch.org. Oh man, he has all kinds of stuff on here. So I can't go through it all because I have so many more things to go through. But this is something worth looking at. Again, let me just repeat. First of all, thank you, Dane Wigington. And this is the website, geoengineeringwatch.org. Okay? But there was something. Which is a lot more easy in the 40s than it is now with what they're doing. I want to see if there's anything on Paradise, because this is the Paradise 1 year. I wonder if he has like a search. There's so much in here. Is there like a search? I don't see anything. I mean, look at all this stuff he has in here. Jet spraying. I'm gonna check this website out thoroughly later, and I'll share my findings. But feel free to check it out yourself. I mean, this looks like a very interesting website. A symbol? What's that all about? Oh, that's so weird. The little fire symbol. All right. So, yeah, there's a nice picture there too. By the way, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. This is Serenity. This is your property. This is your property? Or is this just pictures of Paradise, California? It says my property. We'll check it out. Well, I'll wait for you to answer, but we'll check it out. Look at that. You can see like a little like end table. Look at that. Wow. And you know what? I could tell by some of the structure that was a beautiful house. Yeah. Wow. Look at the trees, though. Look at the trees. This one got it. The tree right there got it. But that it didn't spread to the... I was watching on Live Rescue in San Bernardino, them putting out for the fire. What we're looking at is Paradise, California. I'm just not sure if she... because it says my property. Wow, look at the fireplace. And you see, of course, like the tree that's like literally like right beside the house, that got burnt. But look at right next to it. How did those leaves... I'm trying to... how can I emphasize? Look at this. These leaves right here. Look how close they are. Those little leaves. This must have been right after the fire. How are those little leaves there? Yet everything is gone. Yet right, it's like a bush that they had right on their property. Unbelievable. So yeah, Serenity. I'm curious. This is unbelievable. This was... look at over here too. Oh, here's the... okay, so here's that's the other... wow. Unbelievable. Yeah, Serenity. So I'm just confused on if that was actually your... you said my property, so... like, did you live there? That's crazy. The thing is, there's actually a story that I would love to pull up, but I can't. That just broke. You know what? Let me just do this. Alright. So, I'm going to figure out where to start. Yeah. Alright, so I was looking for a segue. But, you know what? We're going to start here. Because remember we were talking about the... it was in my family for years and given to me. I used it as a bug out location. So Serenity owned this home in Paradise, California. Wow. So Serenity, I am so sorry for all the back and forth earlier. I am so sorry for that. I don't appear like I'm not giving someone a chance to talk. So I apologize. Wow. Let me show it. Damn, because I had just as I was starting this show, I was sent something very interesting. Alright, anyways, there was a man who, basically, we're talking about a man who got caught with the two girls who were kidnapped and raped and all of that. And it was just such a disturbing story, but I had reported exactly that there were women missing. But I told you that the Millers are probably the connection. And this is one of the, trust me, I have some crazy stuff for you. Alright, so Utah man arrested in Mexico in connection with car theft from couple found dead in Texas. A Utah man was arrested in Mexico in connection with the theft of a vehicle belonging to. And the fact, but when they did capture him, he back that Trump gets just for pulling. And I don't know what it is. I mean, obviously it's I thought like it's just I feel like the other side is just fighting with more ferocity. And I'm not saying against our troops. I'm saying against the troops that we're training to defend and doing rotations 6 months away from their family. And then God forbid they ever, I don't just to him, being a cryptologist. And he goes, I would love to just play it, but that might make it so that this video just gets taken down altogether. That's the only thing I'm trying to avoid. But okay, so anyways, I kind of got off track, but we're still talking about this. Okay, so of Jalisco on felony theft charges. Klesburg County Sheriff Rich. Now, if you guys don't know, here he is at the border, driving the car of a couple that is buried on a beach. It won't let me click that photo. That's weird. Let me see if there's another way to do it. Individuals. I'm not going to read this whole thing. I just wanted to bring it to your attention. And by the way, it's sad. Here's the Hampshire. Oh, yeah. Because look at it. Here's the. Why can't I click these? That's weird. Okay. Anyways, on the bottom, you can barely see it in South Texas. And this guy was heading over the border. Now, I was thinking it's possible that it could have had something to do with I'm not even gonna play that. You guys get the picture. You guys get what I'm trying to say. I was leaving the opportunity open that maybe he was going down there. It came out. I made a prediction that it was Bolton. I said, you know what? It would make sense if it was Bolton. He just got fired. He's not happy. He's pissed that he was fired. He wasn't getting along with people towards the end, obviously, including Trump. And I said I wouldn't, because the thing is, the first whistleblower was discredited, even though, of course, Shifty Schiff, made up all these lies, made it seem like this whistleblower, we're going to protect him. As soon as they heard from him, they found out that everything was hearsay. So, he heard it from like a guy who heard it from a guy who heard it from a guy. That's not good. That ain't going to fly if you're impeaching a president, especially a popular president with a booming economy. And also, so then, on who would have first-hand knowledge of the call? Well, there would be some intelligence officers. There would be like a translator, the vice president, the national security advisor. Oh, and then he got fired. Oh, that's right. Okay. So let's see what this story is all about. Because guess who? What is going on with this phone? Okay. So I just want to remind people. All right, just because I don't know, I'm like on a streak of nailing things. So whistleblow, first of all, I don't think it was someone in the military. In fact, I think they even said that it wasn't someone in the military. And I think it would be someone like Bolton, who I never liked the idea of him in the cabinet in the first place. The only thing I did like was I trusted Trump enough. It's like JFK. He surrounded himself with people with opposing views. He liked to have people with all different types of views. And then he'd sit there and be like, all right, it's like a board meeting. All right, shoot. And everyone gives their idea. And he goes with the most plausible. It's like running a business. But it works that way. That's a good way to run. So, anyways, let's read this. Officials say Bolton shut down Ukraine meeting. Warned of hand grenade. Giuliani. Transcript. All eyes on if John Bolton will appear for impeachment deposition on Capitol Hill. Well, maybe this is like a desensitizing story, because they know he's the second whistleblower. That's all I'm saying. Maybe it fits. The National Security Advisor would be there to listen to that call. In fact, I think that's exactly what he, his job description would be. Former Trump National Security Advisor John Bolton.
Cologuard, colon cancer screening for people 50 and older at average risk.
There are places you wouldn't want to screen for colon cancer, like here or here. But there is a place you would with Cologuard. There really is no place like home.
Man, I can't get away from the ads.
A lot of moving pieces, but we are standing by right outside the Intelligence Committee's doors right now, waiting to see if John Bolton shows up. So far, Bolton's attorney hasn't said anything specific about today, Sandra, but he did say very recently Bolton did not plan to appear voluntarily, i.e., unless he was subpoenaed. But some good news for the Intelligence Committee just a few minutes ago. Jennifer Williams, the other witness summoned here today, did show up. She is a National Security Council staffer to Vice President.
All right, so they didn't show up yet. But like Shifty Shift said, the whistleblower that they do have, they are going to protect at all costs. So I don't think he'd be coming in the front doors by the reporters anyway, if he was the whistleblower. Most likely he's not. I mean, just mathematical probability, he's probably not. But I think it's the only, unless it's just some unknown intelligence officer that, really either thought that there was something wrong with it, enough to the point that he went through these steps, or he could be just a left-leaning intelligence officer, which exists. It's hard not to, because we all have opinions about things. It's hard not to inject your opinion, and I know that we all feel like, and I think we are right on a lot of these issues, and the left has just gone nuts. And that's why people don't even, like people who used to consider themselves liberals are now moderates. Because it's like, if you're not down with the socialism, you're not down with us. And they're just like stuck in the middle, And that's what I was always kind of like a old school liberal. Now I became an independent years ago. Just like my ideology. But I always believed in some of the liberal principles as far as helping people and lending a hand, and maybe not too much, but lending a hand, especially to American citizens. Anyway, so I just wanted to bring that up as well. Now we're going to get into some of the more juicy stories here. And there was a really good story that was just sent to me by somebody. And I wish they would send it again. That way I don't have to open up my email. I could just click it as soon as it comes. Check this out. This guy, and it's basically like gangs. Kind of pillage, and they go into a village and rape, steal, and kill. Especially kill. They'll kill everyone. And there'll always be a leader. And he'll warlord jailed for 30 years. over here, I think you get hung. But he was jailed for 30 years over DR Congo crimes. So the International Criminal Court has sentenced a Congolese warlord known as the Terminator to 30 years in jail after he was convicted of crimes including murder, rape, and sexual slavery. Yeah, he would basically get hung or, like life, and then they'd kill him in jail. I mean, this is just 30 years, that's it? I mean, how old is he? It looks like he'll be alive by the time he gets out. Highest ever passed by the court. Now, as crazy as his charges are, as crazy as this guy's charges are, right? Is led by these piece of shit men, and they just go and they kill people like cattle, and it's just crazy. But what I found stunning. They're very, it takes a lot court. All right, so kind of like I've heard. Let me show you guys something called Operation Paperclip, where we took hundreds and hundreds, if not like 1,000, German scientists. All right, now the Russians got to Berlin first. Watch my video from a few weeks ago. That wasn't him. And then if you also watched the rest of the video on it, and I know it's a crazy thing to say, but there's a lot of people looking at this. There was someone by the name of I think it's, and basically, he was hunting down Hitler, and he had heard the story about how the body was never recovered, and then he had heard, they in World War II, and a bunch of them. And do you know how they died? Sitting back, because they still had all that gold that they had. So he was like number 4 in Hitler's succession. He died. He had one of the most beautiful women you'd ever see in your life as a wife, and lived out his life on the beaches of Argentina. That happened. And if you want to see more about that, just look back. Continuing. Sorry to interrupt this story, but I just find it interesting that the internet, and some of them just got sentenced. So actually, most of them just got sentenced. Things like that. But apparently, the World Criminal Court, International Criminal Court, the ICC, for charges of rape and sexual slavery, as well as, hey baby, hi, can I have a hug? Big hug. I'm gonna go really fast. And then we'll do it. Okay, I'll set it up to Princess 10, and we'll play. I got a couple more stories, and then yeah, it's not gonna take forever. But I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna play. All right.
No.
Alright, so Bosco, maybe that's the reason that it's a little bit light, is more just like people that were armed going in and just slaughtering. Calling him a military commander is iffy, but they considered him one, and that might be the reason why it was 30 years. Although, that's the highest sentence they ever gave out. So I don't know what the hell this court's for. Maybe, you know why? Because the way that things have been going, the United States basically handles it. No one ends up going to international court. let's see. So, a military commander in atrocities in an ethnic conflict in mineral-rich region of the DR Congo in 2002 to 2003. Nitanga showed no emotion. Wow. I mean, you gotta imagine with this guy. You almost have to question, like, I'm not even gonna say it. One, but then basically, you know, you run them concurrent, and you say, well, you're doing 30 years. You know, that was like the largest one. Probably the crimes against humanity that, you know, so they run them concurrent. Probably just gave them the 30 years. So the court's maximum. Ida Sawyer, Deputy Director of Human Rights Watch's Africa Division, welcomed the ruling. Bosco Ntaganda, 30-year sentence, sends a strong message. Does it? In America, you can get a 30-year sentence for being an accomplice. Forget about, I don't know. But we're talking like genocide level murder, slaughtering villages. Alright, so then this man goes on to say, yes. Man, I can't try and do so many things at once. And I'm gonna finish this. That is debatable. The justice part. Ntaganda, who has insisted he is innocent, wow, became a symbol for widespread impunity in Africa in the 7 years between first being indicted by the global court and finally turning himself in 2013 as his power base fell apart. Judges at his trial think that a lot of times it's more in that environment, the raping of the men. I would doubt it's more about like a homosexual thing, and more so about like a dominance, sexual attraction, if that makes any sense. All right, so rapes of men and women, a massacre of child soldiers. I mean, this guy's like that guy. Use child soldiers as bodyguards. And do you remember I was telling you guys about what the Nazis used to do to the young men? Even the Israeli special. This is talking. We have a couple stories that are gonna be like related to cults. There's a lot more cults than you realize in this country. And the worst of the Luciferian cults. The more traumatic, the better. And what happens to a child's mind is it fragments. And when age, the way that law was written, a mother who was all drugged up, I wanted to make sure that baby wasn't drinking her breast milk, because the baby can OD from the breast milk. Anyways, I don't mean to get off, but yeah. They're not there, so the kid doesn't connect their parents to it. And they need their kid to be just as ruthless in the future when they grow up. And when you fragment the mind like that, they can have a personality like you or I, or just be in the secret society, be a high member in the regular society. come off as somebody who's intellectual and all this, but then they have this other logical tics we have, any problems we might have. It doesn't mean like, if your parents yelled a lot, that it's gonna totally screw you up, but it's gonna, you might love them because you have this sexual attraction to them, but you might hate them too. And this is very controversial, but what are the chances of that? It could just be a huge coincidence, but you know what I say and what Q says, these coincidences aren't just coincidences. There's something more behind them. Now, of course, he means it in a different context, but that's a pretty big one. 6 different gay men I know, and they're not the only gay men I know, but they're the only gay men that I know that I am like friends with. You know what I mean? Like either friends with, or even one of them is Amanda's like kind of like stepbrother. And all of their mothers had died before they were 16, and they were all gay. I don't know. It's just an observation. I'm not saying that, having a bad mother makes you gay. But, okay. Let me finish this, because I have some other stories that are going to blow your mind. He testified for weeks in his own defense, saying he wanted to put the record straight about his reputation as ruthless military leader, but was unable to convince the 3-judge panel of his innocence. Nakanda was the deputy in prison sentence. New Age, which goes, and again, that one on the crypto, I would love to have that. I could get it, but I don't want to go into my email and reveal people. I'm not going to do that. I'm also worried about revealing the person who sent it. It's just there's other people in there that I don't want to reveal. People who might be looking at some stuff. Okay. So, I want to see which direction do I want to go. Here's an interesting one for you. There has been, now they were talking about how HIV in 10 years will be fully eradicated. Basically, people have either died off, also owns the LA Dodgers, so he's filthy. He's filthy rich, but check this out. So they're eradicating HIV, yet all of a sudden this pops up. First new HIV strain in 19 years identified. So there's a new strain of HIV, and we've been able to figure out ways to contain the HIV. Maybe not exactly like cure somebody, but they could live their lives somewhat normal with it. There's been a cure for hepatitis C that many people were dying of, and I have family members who have benefited from that, and I have other family members who their liver they were too far gone. So a research group at the medical device and healthcare giant Abbott has discovered a new strain of human immunodeficiency virus. That's HIV, by the way. The first to be identified in 19 years. Abbott continued to look for potential new HIV strains to ensure that diagnostic tests for blood screening and detecting infectious diseases remain up to date. says Mary Rogers, senior author of paper announcing the finding and heading of the. This is I have to keep touching the screen. Company's global viral surveillance program. So basically, they want to make sure that HIV is eradicated and that there isn't some other strain that pops up. But you know what? When you have places like the tent cities in LA and San Francisco, they are having diseases pop up that haven't been around for hundreds of years because we haven't had conditions that were so filthy and hazardous since like the 1700s, 1800s, or 1600s even, and they've been eradicated since, and they're back in places like that, some of the richest cities in the world, and they're in America. California, man. That's why I know I said Arizona. It's hard, though. It's hard to say that any state is more corrupt than California. A place like San Francisco, where what it costs to live, it's like impossible. That there's no middle class. It's like upper class and extreme poverty live in a tent. The middle class is this like thin layer in the middle. It's sad. Alright, the new strain called HIV-1 Group M Subtype L is extremely rare and can be detected by Abbott's current screening, Rogers said. The company's tests screen more than 60% of the global blood supply, she adds. So basically, the global blood supply, that sounds creepy. And they test the global blood supply? I mean, are they individual? And then, I guess so. Like maybe when you donate to, help people, not all of that blood goes to people who need blood transfusions. Some of it goes to the global blood supply. And I understand they have it so that in case of a disaster. But as truth is, we know that there is some magic that can be done. And when I say magic, I mean like with a K. Some satanic crap that can be done with sex, with blood, with things like that. Even before Jesus, before he sacrificed himself for our sins, they would have to kill a lamb, drain the blood, put it over their doors. I mean, that's how you get the holiday Passover. That's because death would pass over those homes. In order to please God, you have to sacrifice a lamb. So, I mean, we don't have to do that anymore. There is still, there's some like crazy denominations of Christianity that still do it because they are like Old Testament style. But I don't understand why, because that's why Jesus was sent, so that wasn't needed. Anyways. In the early days of HIV and AIDS in the 80s and 90s, some blood donors, unaware that they had HIV, added the virus to the blood supply. Oh, shoot. Oh, yeah, I remember this story. I mean, I was very young, but I remember hearing about it later in life. A large number of patients who needed regular blood transfusions, like I was just saying. And like I said, I don't read the whole articles ahead of time. I just kind of get the gist of it real quick, And I'm like, okay, I'm going to send that. And I'll read articles from all different points of view. Left, right, middle, everything. Among them, many with hemophilia ended up contracting HIV and often dying. So if you were getting a blood transfusion and you had hemophilia, you had a good chance of getting the HIV from the treatment, which was the blood transfusion. Which is, wow. Talk about a lawsuit. The supply has been essentially clear of HIV for years. And Rogers says efforts such as Abbott's will help keep it that way. Huh. It's really interesting. So there's a little bit more here. The study published today in the Journal of Acquired Immune Deficiency Syndrome serves as a reminder of the dangerous diversity of the HIV virus, says Jonah Saka, a professor of the Vaccine and Gene Therapy Institute of Oregon Health and Science University, who was not involved in the new research. So he wasn't involved, but he knows his stuff, I guess. This tells us that the HIV epidemic is still ongoing and still evolving, he says. The calling card of HIV is its diversity. That's what defeated all of our attempts to create a vaccine. More than 37 million people live with HIV worldwide. Wow. Today? I didn't know it was that many still. I guess, yeah. They're managing it. The most ever recorded. What? Is that because of what's going on in Africa, I guess? People think it's not a problem anymore. And we've got it under control. But really, we don't. Sasha said. Well, Trump was giving a speech last week, and he was talking about, no, I think it was a rally maybe 2 weeks ago, and he talked about how HIV will be eradicated in 10 years. He made it seem like we're on that path, while these scientists are saying something different. Now, anytime I see something where they're saying something that totally contradicts what the president says, it makes me wonder. But they are scientists, and any other scientist could call them out and ruin their reputation. So, I believe it. Antiretroviral drugs inhibit virus's reproduction and spread, but they have significant side effects, he says. Even when drugs keep HIV under control, patients are at higher risk for blood cancer, cardiovascular problems, and complications. The danger from the virus persists. The radically new viral strain could evade detection in the blood supply, avoid being controlled by drugs, and render future vaccines ineffective, Sacha says. Viruses break through all the time, and we're not ready to deal with them, he adds. Just like what happened with the original HIV. Nice. And you know what it is too, is through drug use. They spread it, and it's just bad. Alright. So I found that extremely interesting. Also, by the way, guys, so Jane Fonda passed away. I didn't know that. Wait a second. So, is this him right there?
Income, doing what you
This website. What is Fox News doing with all this crap on here? Okay. Alright, out of here. Alright. So we just started this yesterday. I want to talk about this a little bit. The Saudi Arabians. They had two guys working at Twitter. Yet, like, the feel that people were getting from our propagandized media, and what people I saw were saying was basically, hey, why would Saudi Arabia, they're supposed to be our ally, Trump just put all this equipment on their border to protect them. They put, remember, I don't know if you guys remember this story. I had reported on it like 2 or 3 times. They put, the Patriot battery. They put, the system that can shoot down anything that's high altitude. Oh yeah, the THAAD system, THAAD. Tango Hotel Alpha Delta. So THAAD, THAAD system, and that's for high altitude. So I think you know what I mean by that. As well as I think it was like 300 soldiers, definitely special forces, and I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, there was more. We sent them a bunch of military equipment. Alright, so So, although people were getting the impression that basically there were 2 spies at Twitter, these platforms are worldwide. So, yet there were 2 spies found at Twitter who were working against Saudi Arabia, from what I understand. So let's read some of these key points here. So the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia reportedly uses hacks, social media surveillance, and spies to keep tabs of dissidents. Oh, I'm sorry. So, okay, yeah. So Saudi did put them in place, but not to affect us. Our intelligence operators would nab that real quick and make it stop. They wouldn't be able to get past. I'm not going to get into too much, but they wouldn't be able to. No, not the Saudis. Not at all. But think about if they have a couple people in Silicon Valley at Twitter, and they tell them, all right, listen, do your job at Twitter, but don't forget, the reason you're over there is you're going to, like it says right here, you're going to be spies to keep tabs on dissidents. I would be curious to find out how long these guys on Twitter have been there. Because imagine they were there during the Noshagi. I say his name wrong. That ain't the last part's right, but the beginning's wrong. I can't read chat right now, so you guys may be telling me, but Kogi Nishagi, the journalist who was Kogi, I think it's Kogi Khashoggi, and he walked in, never walked out. Imagine that these guys, and I don't think that they did, because I don't really see how Twitter would lead to that. I just think they did that to send a message, which almost backfired on them. It did backfire, but it almost backfired and costed them a lot more than it. They got lucky. So let me continue. An alleged instance of this global spying operation surfaced earlier this week when federal prosecutors charged 2 former Twitter employees with snooping on users on behalf of Saudi Arabia. See that? So, 2 guys from Twitter, they have all the power, right? Well, they were using that power to spy on their own people. And trust me, we are not the United States. We shouldn't be judging too hard because we are no better. In fact, worse. We are just a lot more secretive about it. And, and when I say we, I'm talking... We're talking companies like Google. I mean, these corporations are more powerful than most countries. I mean, Google, things like that, as well as the military, because you have to keep up. And so they charged the 2. So I'm gonna say, what country? So federal, so it would be America. It would be U.S. federal prosecutors charged 2 former Twitter employees with snooping on users on behalf of Saudi Arabia. But I think it was at the behest of Saudi Arabia, and and against Saudi citizens. That's how I understand it. The kingdom reportedly used surveillance tech to hack online accounts of dissidents, installed spyware on critics' phones, and steered online harassment. Huh. You can do that? You can steer online harassment, huh? Interesting. The report of Saudi Arabia's alleged online spying and and harassment comes at a time when the kingdom is becoming a heavy hitter in tech funding, and they really are. It seems like that's their goal. Saudi made up their mind a while ago that tech, AI, all of that is the future, and they recognize that very early. They even made if you remember, they even made that AI bot that is, that AI brain that is inside of a robot with a face that can talk to you and think, and it's kind of creepy. And believe it or not, compared to what's really out there, that's a very low level AI compared to what's really out there. The kingdom is an area in tech funding, pumping hundreds of millions of dollars into Silicon Valley startups. You see that? That's where they see the future going. And I think that they are got ahead of the curve. Because I agree. Saudi Arabia is reportedly weaponizing big tech to carry out surveillance and smear campaigns against dissidents and critics. I think they're using it more so, with technology moving this fast, you could create another superpower pretty easy if they got their hands on a certain technology that would change everything. On Wednesday, federal prosecutors charged 2 former Twitter employees with spying on users on behalf of the Saudi government. And earlier this week, Human Rights Watch published a report detailing the broader methods Saudi Arabia uses for what is going on? Alright, so I'll start with on behalf of the Saudi government. And earlier this week, Human Rights published the report. The reports build on previous allegations that Saudi Arabia has tracked down its critics online at the behest of, wow, I use the same word, that's so weird, of Crown Prince Prince Mohammed and Salman, right? Well, so we know what's going on with him. Alright. A 2018 report by a citizen lab found that a Saudi's activist phone was targeted with spyware, and other targets have come. They're all coming forward now.